Hello, my name is Mike Thompson. I'm the instructor for the BCOM course 327 Strategy, and today it's my pleasure to welcome Jackie Lloyd-Smith from Strategic Play. Jackie's going to talk about strategy in the third dimension. That's a pretty groovy title, and we're going to have a neat, short, snappy conversation about what that involves. So without further ado, Jackie, tell us about the third dimension and how you execute your strategic planning in that space.
Okay, so our specialty that we use with clients is Lego serious play methodologies, and it is Lego, the Lego brick, the toy, which the way that we use it though isn't in a toy or a game. It's actually in order to help people build what they're thinking, and they build it in 3D out of the Lego bricks so that other people can see what they're thinking. So we found this to be engaging, and it's neuroscience friendly. It gets everybody involved. And we use it for all kinds of things, strategy just being one. So when we use it strategically, the reason we find that it works is because when people build things, they're actually able to take thoughts out of their frontal lobe, which is the part of our brain that's responsible for logical thought. They build a model, which becomes an artifact that holds a lot of information, and then they can move that model around. The reason why it's really interesting is because it then frees up the working memory to think about something else. So it acts as a placeholder. So we build a table, if you can imagine, will be completely covered with Lego, and every single Lego brick will actually metaphorically represent something that the people would like to say about the company. So we use it for visioning, as an example. We might use it to analyze the current situation, and we do shared models, so everybody's working together on some kind of a massive Lego build. And then we use the actual tabletop to become the business landscape. So at one end we might have the vision, at the other end we might have the current situation, and then what we might do is a gap analysis where we're saying, okay, well, this is where you are today, this is where you would like to go, what are the kinds of things that need to happen in order to get you there? And then as gaps start to emerge, we start building those as well in 3D. And each one of those gaps, again, is an artifact that holds rich information. It just happens to be out of the Lego. So it's quite interesting because the Lego affords itself perfectly for storytelling. And the stories are what flesh out the entire picture. And, you know, as a facilitator that's facilitating that process, we keep pushing people so that we really get them to dig deep and to, you know, and if we realize there's a question they can't answer or they don't know, then we need to go and figure out the rest of the information, and then that's where we might do some more research. But most of the times, people actually know what's on their landscape. They just have the inability to actually in a cohesive way explain it or talk about it or think about it. So the Lego allows us to move things around and start thinking strategically about what way they might go forward.
Great. Can you tell us a bit about the types of organizations that you've dealt with in the past to give us a sense of how successful this has been and some of the issues that you encounter around those organizations and their needs in terms of strategy?
Well, I think that, you know, I can talk about types of organizations without saying too much, but we have done quite a lot of work with municipalities, so with cities. We have done lots of work in healthcare. We've done work in product development. The majority of the clients that we have been working with seem to be in the service sector. So utility companies, accounting companies. And some of the things that they face could be anything from, you know, disaster planning around an earthquake, or it could be supply chain issues. It could be anything like, you know, from homelessness all the way to how do we provide better service at a hotel. So it really varies.
Okay. And once you've done a session with a group like that, typically they're a day or a couple of days long, can you do any follow-on work with them? And if you do follow-on work, what does that look like?
So if I go to a high level and I say, you know, we go into a big organization and we'll use a government as an example. So we might go into a provincial government and we might work at the very top level with the senior leaders to do to really look at the strategy that they have right now and strategically what moves they need to make. We may spend some time testing scenarios within their strategy landscape. Then once we get some things ironed out and they've made some big decisions at a senior level, we then would bring in, let's say, the next level. So we might then work with senior managers or middle managers and then ask them, because every layer has more information.
Sure.
And then really it's a way to cascade the information down so that the next level is also using a 3D tool, thinking in 3D, creative problem solving. We're applying creative thinking as we go. And then once we do that, we might work in individual teams to help align all the teams. So if you think of it this way,
down,
so every single person within an organization really is responsible for helping that organization meet its strategic goals.
Yep.
They don't always know what the strategy is, and at times they just might know what their job is, but they may not know how it all fits together. So to get the true power out of a company means that we have to activate and engage each one of those people. And if they understand what the broader strategic initiatives are and how it's being measured, then it's a lot easier. And so we use Lego to do that, to get 100% engagement. And that's like our promise as we go out.
Great. In terms of finding out more about this, you have a website. Can you give us a little summation of your website and where to look for more information?
Sure. So we have two websites, actually. And if you're interested in having us come in as a consultant to help you do this, then the website is strategicplay.ca. If you're interested in learning how to use this methodology in your own company, we also train people, so we certify people, and that website is strategicplay.com.
Jackie, thank you very much for those really fascinating insights. It's been a great quick chat about the third dimension of strategy. Thank you.
You're welcome.